Good morning, everyone. I'm delighted you could join us today. It is an important day for us. It's the first time we've held an event specifically about electrified driving because it is one of the biggest challenges that's before not just the UK industry, but the global industry. Now, zero emissions motoring by 2030. It's an ambitious target, an ambition, though, that we share both with government and with society. It's an ambition we can meet, but only if all stakeholders play their part. Only if government creates the right conditions for us and for others. Only if it is a strategy, not just a soundbite. It is a more onerous target that has been set for any other industry in this country. Tougher than those set for aviation, harsher than those for construction, more demanding than those set for the energy sector, the sector which will power our electric vehicles. Net zero forms a key plank in the government's plan for growth. Yet for other sectors, the narrative is really working with industry. For automotive, however, it seems to be just end the sale. So government seems to have the automotive industry in its sights, but it seems to have lost sight of one vital player in this deal. That's the consumer. The people who will have to buy the products if this ambition is to be met. Now, as manufacturers, we are stepping up to the plate. 1 in 4 available models can now be plugged in, 1 in 10 powered by electricity. 150 new models available on the market, and that number is rising. But we will only succeed if the consumer thinks they are affordable, they are convenient, and they are the right choice for them. This means giving people the incentives to buy them and the infrastructure to charge them. Both are, however, currently lacking. Electric vehicles may be cheaper to run, but they are more expensive to manufacture and therefore to purchase. Excuse me a sec. If we are to ask consumers to change their behaviour, however, they need to be encouraged to do so. We can appeal to their good nature and their desire to save the planet, but that won't transform a market. The ownership experience must be cheaper, more enjoyable, easy. That is not yet the case. It's not so much a race to zero as a game of snakes and ladders. Declare a 2030 end of sale date and align the industry, climb the ladder. Cut plug-in car and van grants, slide down the snake. Increase rapid and ultra charging on the strategic road network, again up the ladder. Reduce home charging eligibility and down another snake. Secure favourable trade terms. In Brexit, announce funding for automotive industrial transformation. Climb up that next ladder. But abolish go ultra low, ignore road transport decarbonisation and infrastructure needs in your budget, and you slither back down again. This sends the wrong message to investors. When other markets are increasing incentives, we are cutting ours. If we were to achieve our ambition, our world-class ambition, we need a world-class offer. Let's be realistic about the challenges we face. Almost half of drivers don't believe they'll be ready to drive an electric vehicle by 2030. Many believe that because of the cost and a lack of infrastructure, they will never drive one. Now, the government could regulate the market to get us there, but that will be at a heavy price, both in terms of investor confidence, government revenues, and consumer acceptance. We will not meet our goals if we do not change the hearts and minds of the consumer. That means giving consumers the incentive to buy electric vehicles now. And not just business customers, retail customers. Customers need to be persuaded to invest in a vehicle that won't be filled up in 2 minutes around the corner, but one that could be charged at home. Over 1 in 3 in households do not have a driveway or a designated parking space. Most early EV adopters can park and charge off street, but those in flats, terraced houses, shared accommodation cannot. In London, with a population of 9.5 million, there are only 7,000 public charging points. That's one for every 1,300 people. For Scotland, just over 2,000 charge points for a population of 5.5 million. Wales, 846 public charge points for a 3 million population. And Northern Ireland, just 325 for a population of nearly 2 million. And here's another crucial point. Across the UK, 1 in 10 of existing charge points doesn't work. You might think that okay. I don't. In the Netherlands, that figure is not 1 in 10, it's 1 in 100 that doesn't work. So to meet the 2030 target, we need 3 I's to come together. Industry. We can meet our targets. The models are there, the investments, massive investments, are being made. But it will be for nothing if the consumer cannot afford them. Hence the second I on incentives. And it will also be for nothing if the infrastructure, the last I, is not there, or even worse, doesn't work. The lack of both explains why only 1 in 50 vehicles bought by private consumers at the moment is electric. And this has to change. There is so much at stake, our planet and our prosperity. Nearly 900,000 skilled jobs in our industry, with millions more in support, £326 billion in turnover across the sector. 1 in 10 of all UK exported goods is automotive. We cannot sustain this if we just stand still. Our global leadership in internal combustion engines counts for nothing in the new economy. We must shift to electric vehicles, electric components, and fast. This means making the UK the most attractive destination to invest in zero-emission technologies. Stimulating investment, creating battery gigafactories, transforming the supply chain, upskilling our world-renowned workforce, and creating the conditions that make manufacturing competitive and the market strong. We as an industry are investing in government's ambition. Every day you read of major manufacturers, major brands committing 2030 as their goal. But we need our actions to be matched. Invest in the industry, invest in infrastructure, invest in the consumer. That investment will be repaid. Make no mistake, the race to zero emissions is one of which the UK automotive industry can win, but not if that race is a game of snakes and ladders. 2030 is achievable, but only if the conditions are right, the collaboration strong, and the consumer confident. Thank you very much.